Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a very good evening to all of you. So, let's start today's lesson. So, we are on 209, page number 209 of the book Learning How to Learn. Back to the piano. Was I learning the piano well when I was reading the comic book? Not at all. I broke just about every rule of good learning. I wasn't deliberately focusing on the new and harder materials. Instead, I was using lazy learning, mostly on only playing songs I already knew well. Sure, I slept on my new learning, but with only 5 minutes of real study a day on new information, it was no wonder I didn't make much progress. I wasn't learning enough new material to be able to interleave anything. Gradually, because I wasn't getting better quickly, I lost what little interest I had. My parents never realized that trick I played on them and on myself. Today, sad to say, I can't play the piano at all. This is a double shame because research is showing that learning a musical instrument is healthy for your brain in many ways. It can help you learn countless other skills more easily. So, lady luck favors the one who tries, right? So, you may say, but Barb, there is so much to learn. How can I ever make brain links out of it all when I am trying to learn something new, abstract, and difficult? The short answer is you can't learn it all. Your best approach is to pick some key concept to turn into brain links, link them up well. Remember what I like to call the law of serendipity. Lady luck favors the one who tries. Just focus on whatever section you are studying. Follow your intuition on the most important information to link. You will find that once you put the first problem or concept in your library of brain links, whatever it is, then the second concept will go in a bit more easily, and the third more easily still. Not that all of it is a snap, but it does get easier. So good fortune will smile upon you for your efforts. Pause and recall. What were the main ideas of this chapter? Remember to congratulate yourself for having finished reading this section. Every accomplishment deserves a mental pat on the back. Close the book and look away as you try this. Check this box when you are done. Right, so now you try. Brain link to mastery. Choose a subject you really want to improve it. Think about what skills or knowledge you should deliberately practice so that you can move ahead. Identify specific tasks you can perform. Be clear about what would signal the level of mastery that should lead to your dropping that task in your order to deliberately practice further, more complex tasks. Cut colored construction paper into strips to make a set of paper brain links. Each strip will be a loop in the set of links. You can use colors to indicate categories or types of tasks if you would like, or just alternate colors in a fun pattern. Write down one task on each of the paper strips, then make the paper strip into links. Tape the two ends of one link to each other, then add another ring and another, always making sure that the writing appears on the outside of the ring so that you can read it easily. This set of deliberate practice links is your list of challenging tasks to perform each time you work in that subject. When you have mastered a task, cut out its link and add it to a set of master tasks. That set of brain links will get longer and longer as you master new challenges, and you can add new tasks to the deliberate practices links. To have a handy list of challenging tasks you would like to focus on. So here is that. So you can see the picture here. So you have to make ideas like that. So Zela made a set of links for her guitar practice. She used one link as a title, guitar, and then made links for the deliberate practice she would like to focus on. Two of them are new chords she need to get nailed down, C9 and G. And two are for other tasks she finds challenging and important at this stage. Writing out the tablature of chords she knows, and working on the development of a song using the chords she knows. Key terms related to psychology. Active learning. Active learning means actively practicing or doing something yourself to bring what you are learning to life. right? So watching other people looking at a solution or reading a page can help you get started, but it won't do much build your own neural structure of learning. Only actively working with the materials will help you build strong brain links. Now, active recall. So, active recall means bringing an idea back to mind, preferably without any notes or book in front of you. Simply recalling key ideas you are learning has been shown to be a great way to understand them. Amnesia. Amnesia is an inability to remember new facts or events in your life. Cognitive load. Cognitive load means how much mental efforts is being used in the working memory. So, if you have too big a cognitive load because you are being presented with too many new ideas at once, you can't take in new information very easily, right? So deliberate practice means focusing on the material that's most difficult for you. The opposite is lazy learning, repeatedly practicing what is easiest. Fact memory. We use the term fact to indicate a category of memory that is more abstract. Facts can be harder to store in long-term memory than pictures. Psychologists call these types of long-term memories that are common knowledge, such as the names of colors and other basic facts, acquired over a lifetime, semantic memory. So, interleaving. Interleaving means practicing different aspects of what you are trying to learn so you understand the differences between the techniques. Chapter 4 in your algebra textbook may introduce you to one set of problem-solving techniques, while Chapter 5 introduces you to a different set of problem-solving techniques. Interleaving means alternating between Chapter 4 and Chapter 5 type problems, 5 type problems, so you can see when to use the two different techniques. Long-term memory. Long-term memory is like your brain's locker. A long-term storage space for memories. You can store lots of information in your long-term memory. Set of brain links are stored in long-term memory. Picture memory. We use the term picture memory to mean a category of memories that involves pictures. Pictures are easier to store in your long-term memory than facts. Psychologists call picture memory episodic memory. Okay. Episodic memory. Working memory. Working memory is your brain's temporary storage space. You can think of working memory as being like an octopus with only 4 arms. This is because you can hold about 4 items at once in your working memory. Arms of your working memory can reach down into your long-term memory to connect with set of brain links you have created there. Summing it up. Looking at a solution or watching someone else practice can get you started in learning something new. But just looking or watching doesn't build your brain links. Actively working through a problem or doing an activity is what creates brain links. You create and strengthen set of brain links through deliberate practices. That's focused, repeated work on the more difficult parts of a concept. Don't waste much time on the easy stuff that you already know. Okay, so interleaving is the other important part of making an expert set of brain links. Switch around within a subject. This will give you a sense of the topic as a whole. Your neurons will eventually link up and you will have completed a whole puzzle. So practice active recall, test yourself, have someone else test you. Teach your mom or dad or friend about an idea you find difficult. Try to do this without notes. This is one of the best ways to strengthen your brain links, and will also make you realize where you have gaps in your knowledge. Remember, what you learn in the first chapter, go on picture walks. This gets your mind ready for what is about to work on. So check your understanding. Number 1, so these are the questions you have to solve. Please read it and try to solve it. Okay, picture walk done, a few end of chapter questions tackled, and notebook ready for the next chapter, right? So here we are, chapter number 13, asking yourself important questions. Should you listen to music while you are studying? I want you to close your eyes. Oops, not yet. After you have finished reading this paragraph, imagine you are looking down on yourself from the ceiling. Now, could you see your hair? The clothes you are wearing? Did your face look like it's concentrating? What kind of learners can you see from up there? What does ceiling think of you for your learning today? Are you an effective learner yet? Remember your built-in lie detector, your dendritic spines. Becoming an artist and a scientist. We would like you to become a learning scientist. What should you be studying? You. We want you to step away and look at what you are doing from the ceiling, right? So your first experiment, music. So some people say you shouldn't listen to music when you are studying, but we are all different and we have different taste. Do you find that music helps your studies, or does it distract? You are going to be a learning scientist, so you need to do some observations. You need to watch yourself learning and think about what works and what doesn't. Okay, so here, see, you can see here, look at yourself from the ceiling. How is your learning going? So you just imagine yourself. One self is studying, and one self is on the roof and on the ceiling and looking at you, yourself. Some people even like to record their observations in a notebook. We know that you are a busy student and this won't work for everyone, but here is a suggestion that you could try for a week, for a few days if you are feeling adventurous. Towards the end of each day, jot down the date, then draw a little picture that symbolizes your day. Good or bad, just do it. No work of art needed. It should only take 30 seconds or so to draw. What did you draw? A thumbs up, a flower, a frog, a boot? It only matters that the picture has a meaning for you. Then, if you are keeping a notebook, you could add a few notes about your learning that day. Remember, you are observing from the ceiling. You want a calm outsider perspective. You are being a scientist about this. How did your learning go? Did you do a Pomodoro? How many? 2? 3? Was there something you did especially well? Anything you might have done better? What made a difference in your learning that day? Incidentally, research has shown that one thing you can do to help you fall asleep faster is to make a task list for what you plan to do the next day. This takes the item out of your working memory and helps you relax and sleep better. If you are not a fan of the notebook idea, perhaps because that seems like extra homework, that's okay. But you could try talking to a learning buddy or your mom or dad about how your learning went that day. Ask yourself the same question. Did you listen to music, for example? If so, did you get lost in it, distracted from your studies? Or did it provide a soothing background for you? It's important for you to be honest. As you are reflecting on your observation, try to spot patterns. Do you have better days after a good night's sleep, for example? Or after you have gone for a run? If you leave your phone while studying, is it a distraction, or does your phone have a Pomodoro timer? You use that instead, helps boost your concentration? Are you more productive when you listen to certain types of music? Or do you study better when you don't listen to music at all? Are you wondering what scientists say about music's effects on your studies? We are just set to tell you about it. But first, here are some other unexpected factors that affect your learning. So yeah, that's enough, I think, for today. So inshallah, from tomorrow we will do that again. Thank you for joining me, and I express my heartfelt gratitude for you to be present in this live session. And jazakallahu khair. Nice to see you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.